Right, hello and welcome to Vlogmas, which I'm doing on this channel this year, whereas previously I've done it on my other channel. Long story short, I don't have the time to do both weekly Coffee and Craft podcast episodes here on this channel and Vlogmas on my other channel, and I really wanted to do Vlogmas, so here it is. And let's just hope I don't break this channel in the process. But if you're here and you're planning on sticking around for however long I can manage to do this, because I can't guarantee I'll be able to do it all the way through to Christmas Eve, but I'm going to give it a go, then welcome. If you are new here, I'm Kim. I usually do Coffee and Craft podcast episodes, which is where I will just talk about all things to do with running a handmade business and keep you company while you work or craft. But for the next month, this is just going to be Vlogmas with a twist. So I'm not going to be vlogging per se. There will be more B-roll that you will see in the videos. For example, I'm going to show you in a minute me putting together my advent calendar, because you're going to see a lot of it over the next few days. So what? What? If my camera is picking that up, I have to go. I will be back. It's a spider, and I am the spider remover of the family, so bear with. I'll be right back. It wasn't even that big. I can't talk. I don't like slugs, so if there's ever any slugs in the house, because we live out in the middle of the nowhere and it happens, the wildlife tries to come in always. My husband is the slug remover, so I am the designated spider remover. But because it is the weekend, obviously, life is going on beyond the office doors, so you'll have to bear with me. But I'm not going to ask them to be quiet because it's their weekend too. Filming videos is my nonsense. Anywho, if you're here for that nonsense, hi. This is the kind of vibe we're going to get. As I said before, I was saying, my Vlogmas is going to be ever so slightly different, as in it's going to be a little bit like little videos similar to the Coffee and Craft podcast, but just minute, and it's going to be less, it's going to have handmade business stuff interlaced in it, but it's also going to have just personal stuff interlaced, interwoven, intermingled, just judged in there with it. And one thing that I've been really excited to show you all, I'm probably jumping from one thing to the other. This is what happens when I don't have notes in front of me, but I think I showed you, or maybe it was on my other channel, or maybe it was on Instagram. At some point I shared this. Isn't it beautiful? It's sock yarn called Christmas, because duh, and I'm making socks. I mean, I'm trying. This is how far I've got so far. Festive. But I've just hit the heel, and this is usually where things go wrong. And I've had to frog it back twice so far. For the knitters amongst you, I can't just knit back and pick up stitches. It's really difficult. So I have had to put a little bit, I'll get my face out of the way, a little bit of extra yarn at the point that I stopped knitting and started the heel, so if I mess up the heels I can just frog it back without frogging back too much. And I don't have any stitch markers, so I'm using earring hooks, and occasionally my sleeve gets stuck to them. Sleeve of my Christmas jumper, because I'm feeling festive. Anyway, there will be times when I will be knitting these and chatting to you at the same time. Probably when I'm past the heel part, because I have to focus for that. And we'll see if I can knit myself up some festive socks in time for Christmas. I know, I'm going to give you the best content. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down, have a coffee, but it's going to be a Christmas flavoured coffee. That's more of a detail for me than you, but trust me, it's salted caramel mocha, and it's freaking delicious. And I will be opening up one of my little advent calendar bags. I will show you one here. These are just little bags that I got a couple of years ago, embroidered the dates on them because of course I did. And over the course of the year I squirrel away little treats for myself, and I pop them in a box with the intention of trying to forget what's in there. Doesn't always work, but this year I've got myself some goodies, and then sometimes I'll send Dan out with some money to get me some chocolates to stick in there so I can have a drink and a little treat, and I can share with you what I've got and we can just have a little chit chat. That is what Vlogmas is going to be. There might be some vloggy bits interlaced with it, like I mentioned earlier, but if you know Vlogmas and you follow other creators who do it, it may not look like their Vlogmas. It's still going to be very handmade business based, but with a sprinkling of more personal stuff in there. I hope that makes sense. If that's intriguing to you, then follow along. If not, you might want to just ignore my channel until January. It's fine, I won't be offended. Anyway, do you want to see me make my advent calendar? I hope so, because I'm going to show you. You will have to excuse me, I got very excited by the end there because it didn't look rubbish. It doesn't look rubbish. I trusted the process and it came out okay. And I can tell you another thing, it smells freaking gorgeous. I do know that I have a little smelly candle in there, so I think it might be that I can smell, and it's just, oh, it's lush. So there you go, as you're watching this, 1st of December, unless you're watching in the future, it is officially Christmas month. And I am going to enter Christmas goblin mode. So if you're following along, come and let me know what you got up to today. I'm going to be able to check in with you every single day. Oh, that's exciting. I am going to wrap it up here because one thing that I have forgotten about doing Vlogmas is that you have to kind of get it done, the filming, before a certain time of the day, otherwise you tend to lose the light very quickly. So that would be now. So I will love you and leave you, and I will see you again tomorrow, I hope. Please come back. Ta-ra!